Joan Rivers, Carol Burnett, but each one brought their unique charm and brain-stabbing wit to the stage. Women who...
First of all, I have to say, I like the jazz. And by the way, this whole, gamer, male... I really don't know how to describe the type of person keeps doing these videos over and over again. It's the same type of people. I mean, this even got up to PewDiePie. Shout out PewDiePie, the biggest person out there, the biggest person in the game, biggest YouTuber in the game. He did a YouTube video on this whole entire situation. He was like, I hate Amy Schumer. Bad PewDiePie impression there. But I do like the jazz so far. It seems very respectable. And by the way, I gotta be honest, I'm coming in cold here. I've seen a lot of these before, and they've never failed to really disappoint. But there's always the exceptions to the rule. All right, let's continue.
Who would not only go on to revolutionize the world of comedy, but break barriers.
Paying homage to the female comedians.
Today, however, things are a little different. Today, there are more comedians than ever. Theoretically, anyone can upload a video of themselves on YouTube and kickstart a career in comedy. The problem with this, though, much like anything
very funny
saturated, is skill and talent have far less to do with success than luck or timing. And the cream doesn't always rise to the top. The most recent example of this is the inexplainable rise of comedians like Amy Schumer.
So funny. All right, can we skip this, please? We don't need to hear this stupid introduction.
Of Last Comic Standing. Her appearance on this show propelled her forward in the comedy scene, garnering her TV appearances.
So she was on the apparently she was on the reality show Last Comic Standing. This is boring. This video has 2 million views, and there has to be a little something worth watching here. So I mean, I don't know. I thought there was going to be better than was, but I mean, maybe we should stick it out.
Commercials, podcasts, and so on. Her mantra at the time was, I don't really like the observational stuff. I like tackling the stuff no one else talks about, like the darkest, most serious things
keep
about
that in mind.
yourself.
He's going to come back to
life
this.
And sex and personal
It's going to be good.
The problem with her, though,
it's gonna
is
be good.
not the
it's gonna
subject
be very
matter.
good.
Raunchy, raw, offensive, hilarious women have existed for decades before Amy Schumer tumbled onto the scene.
And he's talking about Whoopi Goldberg here, and
like Whoopi Goldberg and
Joan
Rivers have talked about sex and their vaginas and their opinions on men, but they did it, and it was funny. And see, this is the point. You see, Amy Schumer is
What I thought funny was subjective. But I mean, there are people out there. There's definitely people who like Amy Schumer. She said people who are criticizing Hillary Clinton are so uninformed. She said that during the election. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But again, there are a lot of people who are hating on Amy Schumer for no apparent. It's become a trend. And I kind of feel a little bit bad because it just doesn't it doesn't seem necessary, you know?
Bad comedian. Comedy is a puzzle. When a good comic tells a joke, you don't even know it's a joke. They pull you in with a story, some seemingly insignificant anecdote, and when you're hit with the punchline, it catches you off guard and takes you a moment to piece the puzzle together. When you do finally solve that Rubik's Cube that the comedian planted in your brain, there's a sense of accomplishment, a sort of give-and-take relationship between
It's not that hard. They tell the joke, and the joke is told. It's like solving a puzzle. It's not like solving a puzzle.
Never insults your intelligence, but respects it, encapsulates it, and takes you on a journey into your own mind, through their mind. And when the punchline lands, there's
this is just gibberish
telepathic connection between you.
I don't get this.
In contrast, watching Amy Schumer is a lot like watching an episode of Blue's Clues. She tells you a joke is coming, walks you slowly by the hand through the joke, and then makes sure you understood that she just told a joke. Oh, and if you could please laugh, she would appreciate it. To her credit, she's not...
Like Dave Chappelle... the thing is, it's not like solving a Rubik's Cube puzzle. It's not like you have a telepathic connection. Like, Dave Chappelle, widely considered to be probably the best comedian right now. Very fun. I watched both of his 2 stand-up specials done recently. I mean, they're very good. He's very controversial. He's edgy. And it's not that hard to understand him. It's acting like good comedians. They're like works of art. They can be interpreted any way. No, they're vulgar. They're funny. They're aggressive. They say things that you may be uncomfortable with, but you just want to laugh anyway. That's my deep psychic breakdown of comedy. This guy's just a random guy who's sitting in his mom's basement. I mean, it sounds like it anyway. don't want to make judgments. And like, what does he know about like a good comedian? Like, you have a telepathic connection. Like, what? I don't get it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we'll see her around. We can stick along with this guy because, I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot more infuriating. I mean, if you go look up, like, a Dave Chappelle monologue, it's good. I'm sorry, it's good.
Nearly as bad as Dane Cook, but only marginally so. Watch how she winds up her joke like a slow, underhanded pitch.
We're so worried and ashamed. Our moms never sat us down and said, okay, honey, one day, you're sometimes going to have homeless pussy. Lights out. Like, no. They don't tell you.
Now compare this to someone like Joan Rivers talking about similar subject matter.
Because our mothers don't tell us. If our mothers told us, you would feel better. Do you know what I'm saying? If my mother had said to me, Joan, when you get old, your vagina's going to drop, but it's a good thing. Because you can have sex in the bedroom and still be watching TV in the living room.
One common argument...
I mean, I gotta be honest. Joan Rivers is a better comedian than Amy Schumer. But, again, this hate, like... I mean, I get you can hate on someone, but it's just, like, they're bad, but they're kind of irrelevant. I just don't get where all the hate is coming from out of nowhere. Like, what I want to know is we should do deep dive investigative reporting. Like, get some ProPublica people on this. Like, how are these people hating Amy Schumer all of a sudden? I mean, like, I thought she was relatively irrelevant. Like, she had like 2 or 3 good years. Then all of a sudden, she makes this, like, Netflix stand. She says she's a feminist. That must have been what it was. Something like that. But then all the people, like, the neoconservative, like, the Republicans, like, the gamer guys, like, the "are you so triggered" type of people, like, they read her Netflix special with a bunch of 1-star reviews, and I just don't get it. Like, she's not that relevant. I don't know.
The argument that people have when people like me say that Amy Schumer isn't funny is that men are programmed to be sexist against women, and we think we aren't supposed to find women funny.
No. Who says that? Like, I mean, are there people out there that are that liberal? Because I've just been a week around some very liberal... I was at a New York Times event for the whole entire week. And I can tell you more about that if you want. It's a time, I'll tell you. But... And now we have random music playing. Random music playing. That's great. Don't know where it's coming from. Probably just a car driving by. But, like, I mean, there's a lot of... I don't think anyone would say, like, other than the extreme people, like, if you just talk to a random liberal dude on the street, and you're like, I hate Amy Schumer, they'd be like, okay, that's a little random. I don't think she's a very big deal. She doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I just don't get this really random weird hate for Amy. And I'm lost.
If Amy was a man, for example, and was loud and boisterous and talked frankly about sex or whatever, we would think it was funny and accept it because, you know, a man said it. I've never understood this argument, though.
If there are funny jokes...
Despite the widely accepted and completely untrue stereotype that men just sit around all day talking about boobs and penises in locker rooms, hardly any prominent male comedians talk about sex to even half the degree of Amy Schumer. I mean, of course...
I mean, from what I've seen, that's a true point. But, I mean, with a lot of what we talk about, though. I mean, it's like basketball, football, school, and girls. I mean, I'm gonna be real.
Of course, you could probably walk into any open mic night in any comedy club, and sure, you'd probably find some 21-year-old guy who thinks he's being all edgy by talking about how hot the TA is or something. But when you compare Amy Schumer to male comedians around the same level of fame and prominence, almost none of them talk about it.
She's talking about Patton as well, Kevin Hart.
Dave Chappelle recently talked about the politics of race and transsexuality, being a parent. Bill Burr talks a lot about feminism and politics. Kevin Hart spent a whole hour talking about his kids. In none of their recent comedy specials do any of them talk about how much their balls smell or their opinions about semen. Sure, if you go back maybe 10 years or so, yes, they all have bits where they talk about these types of topics, but you can see how their thinking and their comedy has evolved with them as they've gotten older. Amy Schumer...
I mean, honestly, again, a lot of these points are they're kind of true. Like, it's indisputable because it's kind of just empirical evidence. But, the point, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that why? Like, why this vendetta? These billions of videos by these conservative YouTubers these culture war conservative YouTubers who are like, if you search up Amy Schumer, I'm gonna like go to YouTube, search up Amy Schumer, and you get these whole montage, cringe, own, awful, like, and there it's a lot of sex stuff, and I mean, every comedian has their thing, and who knows, maybe she will evolve, but I mean, it will be a little bit of weird style, and I just don't get it. I didn't think she was a very big deal. I don't think she warrants all these, all this backlash. Like, and she did have a relatively funny show on Comedy Central. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna move on. Time now to meet Big Mama. All right, Joanne Big Mama Carner was elected to the World Golf Hall of Fame 36 years ago. She's been walked a course since 2004. She was asked yesterday before her first ever USGA Senior Women's Open if she had hit the gym to prepare. She replied, and this is a great response, "Do I look like I hit the gym?" And the answer is obviously is no. But yeah, I do want to see if we can get some sound. But anyway, yeah, we can't. But yeah, so Joanne Carner, she did pretty well. She's 79 years old. She took a long, deep drag on her cigarette. Literally, she took a cigarette on the golf course. Tees off. Drives the ball 225 yards. And over the next 18 holes, this went by, and something pretty remarkable happened. She saw a 1 under on the back nine at the Chicago Golf Club to finish a 6 over 79, shooting her dang age. She had 4 birdies along the way, including a 420-yard par under -5 18th, par -5, par -5 18th, whatever. Yeah, so this is the she's an inspiration. Here's her teeing off there in the background. And she was not impressed with the score. She didn't like it. She didn't even like it. When she was asked pleased with the score, Carner shook her head emphatically. "No, I hit some atrocious shots, like Golf 101. Really, I can shoot this course under par." Okay, now, like, she's the best. I love this. She's like, yeah, she shot her dang age. And she hadn't been on the golf course in, like, how many years was this? Since 2004. Like, she hasn't been, for the age of my brother, she hasn't been on the golf course. And she's like, she comes in, she shoots her age at 79, which is like, I mean, I gotta be honest, like, people I know would kill for that score. Like golf dads, like suburban golf dads, like, that's a good day for them. And they're doing the business deals all the time. Yeah, I mean, with 43 runs on the LGPA tour from 1969 down to 85 and two majors, Big Mama kept playing well into her 60s, and not even only on the Legend Tour, she became the oldest woman to make an LPGA cut in 2004. Yeah, I mean, her peers raved about her on the Golf Channel that aired a couple of years ago, and she smokes cigarettes. She's out there golfing. She looks great. Her hair isn't like falling off, and it's really some incredible stuff. Like, big shout out to Albert Pujols. Yeah, big up to Albert Pujols there. All right, anyway. Now we turn to did I just say Albert Pujols? I'm so sorry. Big up to Big Mama is obviously what I meant. I was looking at something on my computer that said Albert Pujols. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Yeah, so big up to Big Mama. Big up for Big Mama and Miss Carner killing it at age, not 69, not 59, age 79 at the golf course, coming back. Literally 14 years after the last time she went on a golf course, and she's back. She's kicking some ass. 79 was the score. All right, I'm going to have to take a quick break. We will be right back. You know what we're going to do? We're going to play some Drake.